Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's go ahead and make sure you all can hear me. If you would please type the number 1 in the comment section so let me know that you can. I would greatly appreciate it. Nothing worse than talking to myself for the next little bit and no one being there. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Keep in mind that everything we look at today is for educational purposes only. Nothing is meant to be advice or recommendations. And if you like what you see here, make sure you subscribe, follow along with us here on YouTube and all the various social platforms. We'll have links in the show down below for all the social networks that we're on, so you can find us on each and every one of those. So, morning, Kevin. Erica, good morning. Jonathan, morning. Morning, Alan. 2. There you go, Alan. You can't hear me. Jills, good morning. Hey, Ed, morning. Good morning, Evelyn. All right. Derek, good morning. Fantastic. So let's go ahead and start off today with the futures markets. So it's another one of those days, right? Actually, let me go grab a drawing tool real quick. Let me open up my Camtasia because we are devoid of drawing tools in StreamYard, which doesn't make any sense. All right, come on. Where are you? Oh, there we go. All right. It's going to say 3, 2, 1. Pause. And I get a drawing tool. All of that just to get a drawing tool. Guys, this is what we closed on Friday night, 5 p.m. This is where we opened Sunday night at 6 p.m., last evening at 6 p.m. So we had a massive drop in the market. And then we got a quick climb from it, a pullback. And from late last night, about 10 o'clock, we've had a steady climb up since. A good movement pattern, up and down, up and down, up and down. It still puts us 57 points down on the ES, which is again S&P 500 futures. So looking like a bear day today so far, and we're going to talk about some of that stuff in a bit. YM, very similar pattern, down 400 points. It was down much more than that at one point. So we've had a nice recovery, again, on the Dow, just like on YM. NQ, down 179 points right now. They've more flattened off. They're not doing that steady climb that we had. They've more gone slight climb, but more of that sideways move going on there than anything else in the last couple of hours. On the RUT, we're up about 26, down 26 points right now on RUT. Bitcoin. So where are we? We're down about 1,100 points on Bitcoin. We were up to about 39.5 just a little while ago, and up in here, and it's pulled back a little bit in there. There's just so much uncertainty with what's going on with Russia and Ukraine that even the cryptos are not going to be any kind of stability whatsoever. Ether is down about 98 points, so just shy of 100. Then we have gold. GLD is actually one that I put on my list today to look at. So we've got gold. They're up 25 points, almost 26 points right now. And you can see the gap up on gold from Friday's close, rather, into Sunday's open. So here's the close. Here is the open, right? The bottom of the body. Big wick on the first candle. Lots of volatility. I watched that a little bit last evening. And quick pullback. Lower top. Similar bottoms. We had what was an ascending triangle setting up. And when we broke that bottom, boom, chaga laga laga. Right? There was that big push down. Right? You're looking for about 40% of this move where the descending wedge started. You're looking for about a 40% drop, which is about what we got, a little bit more. But 40 is what we shoot for. And then we've climbed up since then, and we're up about 25.5 points on gold. So it was an overreaction on the open, not surprising. There's going to be a lot of overreactions, right? Crude oil right now stabilized 95.5. I mean, I'm seeing prices by us as high as $3.75 a gallon, $3.80 cash. There are some that they don't advertise the credit card price when you're driving down the street. You got to go into the station to see it, but you're looking at another 10 or 20 cents a gallon, 25 cents a gallon. For the credit component, for some, not all, for some of them. So overall, interesting moves so far today, but we are up 376 on crude. Yep, Sean said Ether is switching from pool of work mining to proof of stake. should be interesting to see how that performs long term. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do because of that. And I don't think anybody does, but it's expected it's supposed to be good for the coin. So we'll see. There's so much of this, of stealing of crypto going on and things like that, that this is the way to start moving towards the guarantees of whose it is and where it goes and the trackability of the coin. So, and that's about as much that I know about it. So we're good to go there. Hey, good morning. Erica, good morning. All right. Good. So let's go take a look at the trades from last week, guys. We had a bunch from Friday. I'm going to go through them fairly quickly. Come on. Okay. Couldn't turn the paper over. So DG was an upgrade, right? And I had them down as a bull put spread below 195. So let's open this up and let's go look at DG. And by the way, what trades did you take last week? Let me know in the comment section, folks. I love this part of the day. I love seeing what you guys are doing. I love getting the email saying, thank you so much. You know, because of what you're sharing with us, I'm doing this and this is what's happening. And my trading is seeing this. And whether it's I'm making money, funded, non-funded, I don't care about that. My trades are working. That's what I care about. Because once you learn how to get them to work on paper, which was the whole idea behind the One Trade Away Challenge, once you get them to work on paper, guys, you've got the ability to make them work, period. Once you know how to do it, you know how to do it. So on DG, we looked at a 195, 192 half bull put spread. So, whoops, didn't want to do that. So we gapped up on Friday to 195, right? And we were saying above 195 and do the below 195. So we did get a pullback. So we had a little bit of heat through in the entry, in the trade. And then we climbed back up, closed at 199, spread expired worthless. It was 40 cents was the credit, right? So good job on DG if you took that. Etsy was another one. We had another bull put spread on Etsy. There was earnings, and they were big, I believe, for their numbers, right? Yeah, they had a big gap up. They had a big gap up on Etsy. We waited a little while on Etsy because they failed immediately. We waited a little bit. They kind of bottomed out, and we got the 146, 147 as we came back in, okay? And we eked it out. We got 25 cents. I bought it back. I think I paid about 15 cents to get out of the trade on Friday, somewhere around there. But it worked. And then Square was the last one, SQ. Same thing on Square. We had it down as pivots or bull put spread below 113. So same scenario. We got above 115. We pulled back, and that took us back to that 110. You get that bounce, guys. And once you get above where you could sell that 113, which means you're somewhere above there, it was about 20 cents or so on Square. Same scenario. But I think Square was a nickel buyback at the end of the day. But we did the 113, 112s, and we closed at 120. So great day for us on Friday. Hope you guys were able to pick some of that up. Paul said here in Southern Cal, 87 octane is $5 a gallon. Holy mackerel. Yeah, I don't know if we're that far from it. I mean, I just as we got started, I looked over my shoulder and I saw the red bar on CNBC that said world leaders are considering tapping into their emergency stores for energy, for oil. Gee, we had a way of fixing that earlier this year, didn't we? Yeah, last year we did, but we decided not to produce our own oil the way we were, right? So I think you're going to see more of this. We need to become self-sustaining. And I am all for not using gas and getting onto reusable energies and renewable energies and all that stuff. It's great. But what we did was we quit our job and then said we're going to look for another job and figure out how to pay ourselves, how to support ourselves every day. And we don't have it. Even the Secretary of State now saying it needs to be part of our plan, that we have an emergency storage, and we are the producer of our own energy. Build up solar, build up all of the wind and all that stuff, but don't give up on what we have that works at all. There's no reason the American public should be suffering at this kind of cost for energy right now that we are. All this, we did great with people and gave them all this money. Wonderful. But with what it's costing in gas, guys, if you're an over-the-road trucker or an independent driver and you pay your gas, you're getting crushed right now. Crushed, right? As are going to be airlines and everything else with what these costs are jumping up to in here. Let's see. Evelyn said SPY real dollar, 4 scalps in cash account using 10% trailing stop, 1 on 3, lost on 1, up 4.5%. Great job, Evelyn. Great job. Fantastic. See, when you learn how to do it non-funded, you know how to do it funded. That's the whole idea of one trade away challenge, is to get you there, right? So glad to be much more relaxed, not panicked when real scalping. There you go. Nice. Alan said, position 1 in the chair. Johnny Whipsaw was scalp hunting. Yep. Okay. I understand it. How dare you? My truck would cost $80-ish. You're right, Paul. It probably will. I haven't filled up. I don't drive much right now. More local than anything else. My mom is 25 minutes away. Yesterday, we did take a longer trip out to go visit some friends last evening. But other than that, I haven't had to fill my truck up since last week. So we'll see. I'll definitely be making a Costco run this week because ain't nobody got cheaper gas than Oceanside Costco that I've been able to find out here anyway. So that's good. All right, excellent. So let's go ahead and take a look at today's trades. All right. So you can see my list. It's small. There's not a lot of candidates on there today. We only have 6. So we're going to open this up and we're going to go to ABBV is the very first one. They got a downgrade by UBS. Today they're down about $1.98. So we'll call it $2. Let me put this here. Let me close that there. Let's get an option chain open over here. ABBV. All right. And right now they're down $2 at 147, right? So if I go back here, I've got my watch list built, ABBV. Let's make that a little smaller. I don't need this list this big. As long as I can see my Fibbits, that's all I care about. All right. So nice climb, good pullback to the 236. We had another pullback to the 21 moving average. We had a good push to the upside. Now ABBV gets a downgrade, right, by UBS, which is a decent sized firm, right? Well, we're sitting at 147.5 right now. So where is that? So let me see something. 44 and 49. Well, we'll call it 45, 49, about 4.5, but we don't need a fib in there. Okay. So we don't need a midpoint in there. So that's not an issue. That would be right about where we are, but we're sitting just above that 8 moving average. So here's the question you've got to ask yourself. Look at the pattern. Are you ready to fight that pattern? Because one company, UBS, they're a big company, but they're not the company, right? Are you ready to fight that overall pattern to the bearish side, right? I'm not sure, right? I don't know. I'm going to look at a weight on this. If I was doing anything on a bearish, it would be a bear call spread above 149 if I were doing anything on it. Now, the other part is, or if you get a bounce off the 8 EMA, then I'd be looking at a possible bull put spread. All right, but Rob, it was bearish news. Yes, but that doesn't mean that because one company came out and said you're downgraded, that the rest of the world agrees and the company has to go down. When you've got this kind of pattern, you really need to consider the source, right? Let me just write a note there for later. You really need to consider the source of what's going on there. Look at the overall picture. Do I agree with the announcement that comes out? Your friend comes up to you and says, so-and-so is a really bad person. I don't like them. Does that mean that they're right and you have to agree with them? Of course not. That's the same thing here. ABBV is a really bad company. We say they're going down. We're downgrading them. So be cautious on ABBV. All right. British Petroleum, BP. Let's go look at BP. BP is selling 20% of its stake in a Russian oil holding company that it has. It's 20% stake. It owns 20%. It's selling its 20%. And my guess, I haven't confirmed it, my guess is to separate themselves from Russia, to say we're not in business with Russia, right, at this point. So based on that, though, they are down. I don't know the concept behind the down part, but they are down right now to $28 a share, right? Well, they are already in bearish neutral territory on Friday. If they're sitting at 28.17 right now, they're here, right? So we're going to look at a bear call spread above 30. Bear call spread above 30. All right, GLD. Now, not in the news today. There's no news on GOD, but there is. All right? Just like there's no news on oil, but there is. Right? And the news is Russia and Ukraine. That's the news. That's where it is. Right? Gold is made, on GLD, we're up $2.20. Right? So let's go look at the chart on GLD. We had this big move up last week on Thursday. We came right back down to 176.26. Right now, we're at 178.77. Where did we close on Friday? Guys, I can't stress this enough. Here, bigger picture on the fib chart. I can't stress this enough. Where did we close on Friday? We closed at a confluence. We closed right at a fibit and an 8 EMA confluence there. Right? We get this bounce off of here. This is the opportunity for a bull put spread below 176. And they have 50-cent increments on GLD. So you can really sweetly tune this in. You can go and say, well, if we're sitting at 178.75, right? So we're up here. So we can look at it as, all right, I want to go below 176 or 175.5. You can really tweak this nicely because of that tight range on the options, right? 50-cent increments. Just resetting that option chain there, right? So that's what we're looking for on GLD, all right? NOC is the next one. NOC is Grumman. I never get the Northrop part right. Is Grumman, right? Defense, right? Defense. That's why they're up, guys. We're talking about all this money we're going to give, or there's weapons we're going to give, money, weapons, aid to Ukraine. Got to buy them from somewhere. We got two of these companies on our list today, right? Northrop, Grumman, Northrop. And that's not it. It's Northrop. Grumman. I used to work in this industry 100 years ago. My uncle was a field inspector for AIL. And it basically was hire my nephew or I'll fail your stuff. I mean, that's how it went down. Okay. No experience at all. And they threw me in a big machine shop right out of high school. So good move up. Defense. I think they're going to be very much in focus for the next little bit, at least throughout all of this conflict going on. I mean, my youngest daughter came in last night stressed to the gills after she spent the day with her boyfriend yesterday because he and his brother, her boyfriend is 20, he'll be 25 a couple of months. The brother is like 32. We're talking about draft. And now she's an absolute basket case over, is this going to go to a world war and go to a draft? Good, bad, or indifferent, these types of companies are going to be in focus. Right, so if we go back and look at the daily chart on Grumman, I got it there, Grumman. Let's get a little bit bigger picture there. There, okay. Come on. So right now we're at 426.5. We do have weekly options on this. We're going to hit the scrunch key. So we've got 12 to 32. That's 20 points. I don't need a fib in there. So we're sitting right up in here, guys. So I'm looking at potentially a bull put spread below 426. Now, what I really want to see happen is I'd like to see Northrop come down a little bit before bouncing and then taking the trade in there. All right. Earl, not the Duke of oil. This is OIL, right? Which is an ETF for energy, for oil. Okay. So where are we right now? We're up 75 cents on oil. There are only monthly options on this. There are not weeklies. But again, we're looking for what's in focus right now. Right. By the way, guys, I only have one more after oil. Drop your trades in of what you want me to look at. Put them in there quick so I don't miss them and think that we're all done. But we got one more left after oil. So if we go back and look at the daily chart on oil, we were at 28.24 and 28.73. We had resistance. Right. Well, we're at 28.99. So we're just above that. What I want to see happen is a small move up, a retest back, and a bounce. Right, so I'm going to write on oil for under the stock detail. I'm looking for a bounce off of the 28.73, and I'm going to be looking for a bull put spread below. Let's see, 28, 29, yeah, below 28. We don't have halves on this. There are no 50-cent increments here. So it's going to be below 28. And you're going to buy an 18. You're going to sell by whatever you're doing. You're going to do an 18-day spread is where it's at. All right. And then last is RTX, another another defense company, Raytheon, right, who I like a lot. Right, weekly options available on there. Good bid-ask spreads. Here, if I slide it over. Good bid-ask spreads, right? Decent open interest. I mean, look, 270 by 293, 350 by 70. Theoretically, it should be trading at 714. So that we may be off because of pre-market yet. That's very possible. This says should be trading at 240. It's trading at 85 cents. So the numbers may be off a little bit yet, but we don't have 50-cent increments. We have dollars, though. So plenty of opportunity there. We're up $4 right now. So if we go back here and look at RTX, we had this huge move already. Look, from Thursday and Friday, just tremendous move. And now today we're up over 100. So we actually need a 100-point level to get inserted in there. So let's go edit that to 100. Let's go change it over to that dark red that I like so very much and a dash dot. All right, we'll click OK. And there's the 100-point level, which gives me a confluence at the $100.38 level. We're at 102.49. So we got 38. We're still at about $5. All right, so we need a Fibit inside of here. So let's pull this fib out to the right. Let's go split that puppy in half. All right, so 102.80. Oh, we're right there, 102.57. So I would want the stock above 103. And we're looking at a bull put spread below 102. Below 102. All right. So let's see what you guys got going on your end. Let's see. Derek dropped in Facebook. All right. I've got the words redraw fib on there. We're just waiting for the right bounce. We don't have it yet. Not enough. We're getting there, but not quite. So we're down $3 today. So that negated it. And that's why we didn't draw, because I didn't believe that this was enough of a reversal to say, give me a new fib at this point. But we're down to 207.5. You know, guys, if you look back, and you got to go a while to be at these levels, right? Let me try to bring it in a little bit. It's too much. Okay. So we've got support down here, which is at our 2, right, which is about 185 in there. But guys, I mean, you got a lot of way to go, and it all depends if this, and we're going to talk about this today at our noon show called Power Hour. Sean, drop a link in there for Power Hour, please. We're going to talk about this at our noon show today, getting into day trades versus swing trades. Is this a correction, or is this a bear market that we're stepping into because of this potential massive war worldwide? What is this going to do to us? We're going to get into that. But there are going to be opportunities that we're going to talk about this afternoon, like Facebook, on how do we go back and take advantage of prices that happened years ago. Can we still do that today with what's happening? So we're going to be looking at that very deeply. All right. So not what you were asking there, Derek, but with that, they are down to 207 and a quarter. Right. So I'm going to tell you that we've got 209.90 is resistance. So I'm going to look at a bear call spread above that. I like Facebook as a directional trade down at 200. So maybe 201, 201.5 is where I would see support. All right. I hope that helps. Let me know in the comment section. And then both you and Paula both have SPY in there. Right. So SPY closed in a bearish neutral bias. Doesn't mean I'm ready to go bullish on it. Right. Yes, 2 great days, and they were great day trading days. No question. But they were not days of we should be starting to pick long-term swing trades in a bullish direction. There was nothing there for that. We look at SPY this morning. We're down $6 at 431.5. Right? So 431.5. We've got 20, 35, 14. Let me just shift over here. And we're not there. We didn't hit it. We don't have a need for it. But we don't have a fib in here. We're sitting at 431. So we're just down below. So anything above that bear call spread above that 435 or a directional trade, use pivot points. No question. Pivots are killer. Use pivot points and then look at that 420.76 as support. That doesn't mean your target. Somewhere above there is going to be your target. For me, something at this price range, we're looking at $2 to $3 off of that 421 level is going to be where our target is going to be for the ultimate target. Doesn't mean I'm waiting for that. If we don't get there at 3:55 p.m. Eastern time, I'm out. Gone. I'll go, money gets out, close on the end of day, and go do something else. But you may only make it down to 425, 428. That's okay. You get $2, $3, $4, $5. Life is good. I'll take it. All right, Derek, I hope that was helpful. And Paula, Kevin's asking for NVIDIA. Let's see where they are this morning. So we're down $4 right now in pre-market. So it puts us at 237.5. 244 is resistance. 226 is support. You're right in the middle of it. Just caution, Kevin, I would use, again, things like pivot points, intraday setups as potential entries. You've got the room, and you certainly have the ability to move it since it moves about $16 a day from high to low. So and it's only gone $4 so far today. So it's there. All right. Hope that helps. Let me know. Erica's asking for Roku. One of my favorite low price stocks. We weren't able to say that, way back when at $500. Way back when, last year in July, we weren't able to say that at all, right? But now, we're $139 stock that moves $14 a day. Come on. They're down $4 right now at 237.5. Oh, nope, I didn't change it there. My bad. I'm still looking at NVIDIA, 237, not Roku. I just got done saying they were $100. So right now, they're down $2 to 137.5. Right? Talk about timing. Talk about perfection. Who's asking for this one again? Erica, look at it. We have a confluence of the fib line and the 8 moving average, and we're rolling over. There you go. If you want a credit spread above the 138 quarter, if you're looking for a directional trade, 120.11 is your support level. Make sure that you're out before that, but that's your support. Right? And when I say make sure you're out, you may choose to hold half the position and exit the other half at the 120.11. Right? Or near the 120.11. I hope that helps. Let me know, Erica. John's asking for PANW. All right, let's see. Yeah, woo, what a great move on their earnings. How they are just skyrockets in flight, baby. Just kicking tail and taking numbers. Let's see where they are today. They're up $3.35 today. Nice. All right. Big move already. I'm glad to see we're above this small congestion here where we ran out of steam the last time. But we're at 573 right now, right? So you've got 565 as support, 581 as resistance. Definite opportunities on day trades. Look at pivot points, look at intraday setup lines, intraday fibs, all of that, moving averages to give you opportunities. But remember something, you're fighting the overall trend if you're trying to take a bullish directional trade. 70 to 80% of all stocks move in the direction of the S&P 500, right? So you got to be cautious there on direction if you're trading against the market. Not that it can't be done. It should only be done by someone that's more experienced and is familiar with doing so, all right? And has the moxie to get out of the trade when it goes against them, because that can happen quickly. So, John, I hope that helps. Derek, you're quite welcome. Let's see. Andres is asking for Apple. Berkshire Hathaway had a five-time win on them. In other words, 5 times their investment is what they've made on Apple. Last year, they had $700 million in dividends paid to Berkshire Hathaway from Apple, right? That's how much of a stake. They own 5% of Apple in the Berkshire account, right? So let's look at Apple in pre-market. They're down almost $2 right now in pre-market. So they already were bearish. We're already bumping our head on ugly. Confluence 165.49, 8 moving average, boom, chaka-laga-laga. And what happened? We're down to 163 right now. So we're kind of in the middle. So, Andres, you got to be careful there. If you can get the push back up to 165.5 and a fail, white on rice, brown on rice. I don't like white rice anymore. It's brown rice. Brown on rice all over again. Just if you can get that fail, there's the opportunity. 161.36 is support. Right? I think you had one more in there. Where are RBLX? Let's see. RBLX. Roblox. Woo! All right, so they are down 75 cents today. Not a big deal. 49.30. So we're kind of in the middle. 53.5, 43.5 are support and resistance in there. All right. Perfect. All right, everyone. There you have it. Make it a profitable day. Stay focused on the quest to becoming a great trader. Keep crushing it. And remember, you're just one trade away. I will see all of you mañana, tomorrow at our next show, folks. Take care. Be safe out there trading. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.